Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Symbiote Spider-Man retro card figure from Hasbro. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the whole symbiote suit is probably one of my favorite looks for Spider-Man. In fact, when I really started reading comics and getting into that, I think it was around the time McFarlane was still doing the art for it, and I specifically remember owning an issue. I don't remember which one it is, but definitely had black suit Spidey-Man going up against Morbius. Also topical as I'm recording this video. So that's a thing. But super excited to get this figure in hand, and it absolutely delivers. So let's talk about why. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, Spidey here looks absolutely fantastic, and honestly, I think this is one of those designs that if it looks bad for whatever reason, that is more says something more about the actual buck being used than anything else, because I mean, how can you not get this design right? Black and white, that big spider design on the chest, and white eyes, and that's pretty much it. And really, that's what we got here. that is the symbiote suit, and it just looks great here. Very, very clear, defined paint everywhere. I think I get a couple spots where it's not quite as thick, but I mean, honestly, I can see that being difficult to get perfect every time. I mean, again, it's mass production. Good flaws are going to happen, especially at this price point. And just looks really great. Obviously, all you have that white spider design that just carries over right to the back, and that's even painted on the butterfly joints as well, which is always a nice touch. They have all the backs of the hands with the little white rectangle and the eyes. That's about it. But the shape, this buck is fantastic. I didn't get the original retro card Spidey release that had this body. That was kind of the more standard Spidey look. But I mean, this looks incredible, and just totally happy to have it. So that's aesthetics. For accessories, we are very basic here with Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, and honestly, that is the very base, I think, of what you should get. I think every Spider-Man should have several sets of hands, because it's honestly a character that is just custom built to be posed, whether that is in drawings or in plastic form. And so this is good to see. I mean, honestly, it would have been nice to see some webbing or something like that, but as it stands, this is definitely good. And jumping right into that, we get first, right out of the box, just a couple of fists, and of course the most important hands, which are the thwipping hands, sculpted absolutely beautifully. And finally, some splayed out kind of posed hands slash action superhero pose hands. So that's accessories. Both articulation and balance are absolutely beautiful here, as you can see. So let's break that down from top to bottom, as we are wont to do. So starting at the top, we actually have a barbell joint coming from the head into the neck. So we're going to get pretty much all the way up beautifully. You can bury the chin completely. We have generous amounts of tilt, which is always welcome. And then we come to the shoulders, and we've got very, very generous butterfly joints, which some of the best I've seen in Marvel Legends period, which is always great. We have our hinge and swivel at the shoulders. Beyond that, bringing us into our T, we have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which don't quite fold in half. That's kind of the first, it's a little sad. It's so close. So we're getting to just about 90. We have hinge and swivel at all the wrists, all horizontal joints. Come to the diaphragm, and we have our ball joint, and then we come to the waist, and we have an ab crunch. So this is very much similar to the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, for those of you who, like me, collect a lot of that, or all of that. So we're gonna get some really nice deep forward, some insane back, and that's our neutral. Then we come, we're also getting our rotation from that ball joint at the diaphragm. We come down to the hips, and we actually have drop down hips. I forgot this was a thing, because I've seen other reviews, certainly the Just J Hernandez reveal review, and I totally forgot about the drop down hips. And that's kind of amazing to see on a Marvel Legends figure. So even with that though, we're not quite in full splits, and that's probably the saddest part, I think. That and the elbows, I don't know what they could have done differently, probably a little bit different with the cuts, But yeah, so there's that. But we can kick completely forward, which is also nice. Come to the thigh swivel, and it's a thigh swivel. We have double jointed knees. We're folding pretty much completely in half. That's beautiful. Then we have a shin cut, so we can move there. And then we have perfect point. Some very, very generous forward. And then that legendary Hasbro rocker. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Marvel Legends. Here he is with some other Hasbro. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends retro carded Symbiote Spider-Man is that this is absolutely top tier Marvel Legends. End of story. And as I've kind of gone along and kind of discovered like what I really like collecting and stuff like that, Marvel Legends has kind of gone off to the side for me. However, this figure is absolutely at the top of the heap between the articulation, despite my gripes with the elbows and the drop down hips, the aesthetics, the just fun factor overall. This absolutely kills. If you like Spider-Man at all, if you like the Symbiote variant in particular, absolutely pick this up. You'd be crazy not to be completely honest. This is just, it's a great figure. It's fun to fiddle with. Just if you have any interest in Marvel at all, pick this up. And this is currently available. I saw it was showing up on Target shelves somewhere. I have still never seen this on a peg. However, I happened to snag this because Hasbro Pulse had it come up, even though I had a Big Bad Toy Store pre-order, which I don't think has even come in yet. So I had canceled that one. However, I believe it is still up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, and I believe it's up on Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse, all those sorts of things. So I will leave links in the description below to where you can pick yours up, so you can pick from some of my favorite online retailers. And beyond that, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and or sharing. And beyond that, if you want to take it to the next level and help me out even more, please check out the description because I'll have ways to do that as well. So yeah, thank you. Ultra thanks to you one last time for watching, and I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, Simians.